My name is Monica Gleiberman, and you're listening to Silence on Set podcast. On today's podcast, we're joined by the cast of The Estate, which is a movie about two sisters who try to win over their terminally ill, difficult to please aunt in hopes of becoming the beneficiaries of her wealthy estate, only to find that the rest of their family also has their own greedy needs and ideas. So to talk about this hilarious comedy and what fans can expect, first up is Anna Faris and Toni Collette. I'm just so in love with this movie, are hysterical. I mean, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. So I'm just going to throw 3 questions at both of you. I'll start, I guess, with Anna. So what drew both of you to your characters? What was it about Macy and Savannah that you guys had to work on in order to play kind of like that relationship? And then what was the funnest thing about kind of building this awkward, crazy family on set? And I'm just going to throw one extra in there for Anna. What was it like constantly calling David Duchovny Dick? Because it was just great.
Thank you. I loved acting with everybody in this film. To answer your first question, what drew me to Savannah, my character, was Toni Collette being in this movie. I would have played any character. But I love playing like I viewed her as a little bit asexual, and I thought that she was like, I loved just how bawdy and fearless and kind of inane that Savannah was. And I loved the relationship with Toni. And then, I loved calling David Dick, of course. It was his brilliant idea. And we just all chomped on it.
Ran with that.
Oh, the funniest, gosh, what do you think?
I think it was just amazing watching all of these accomplished actors just fall apart with laughter at times, like just enjoying themselves so much that they just were collapsible. Those moments really warmed my heart.
I loved driving around with Toni, with Kathleen Turner in the back seat, throwing things at me. That was really fun. And anything around the dinner table was a blast.
Always good.
Rosemarie DeWitt is just a genius, and perfectly intimidating. It was a really special project for me. I'm so glad that it made you laugh.
My God, I was laughing every 2 seconds. It's so funny.
Oh, good.
I mean, I haven't laughed that hard since Just Friends. So you were
Monica!
just so.
I like to play a naughty person.
It was so good. Toni, for you, what was it like? Getting into characters, setting up that sister relationship, and then the craziness of this family, falling apart while we watch.
I think that Macy is the center of the hurricane. All the crazy is around her, and she's just like this, calm moral center. She loves her sister so much. I love that this is a story about a love between two sisters and their plight and their determination to save themselves, to save their lives. Working with Anna, such a pleasure. She's so talented and such a sweetheart and so funny and so dedicated and really always wanted to make everything work. And the way you reacted when you watched the movie is how I felt when I read it. That's exactly why I wanted to do it. It made me cry with laughter, laugh out loud, do all the things that you hope for when you hear something's a comedy. It really is genuinely wet your pants funny. So that's why I wanted to do it. I just wanted to feel the joy and bring the joy. We all loved calling Richard David Dick.
Oh, funniest thing on set that happened.
They were always like the small moments, like Rosemarie DeWitt eating potato chips.
When we're trying to coerce Kayla to go and sit out, the brilliant Caleb, who plays our younger sister, to go and sit out next to the questionable man that our aunt is marrying. And there's a scene where we're trying to tell her what to do but she's also trying to protect her at the same time. There's a lot of improvisation around that, which I thought was so much fun and very hilarious. And she's brilliant. But everyone was just so good.
It was such a joy to watch, to participate in. I mean, I feel like a few times I would forget a line because I was just so absorbed in what
everyone was doing.
Facial expressions, that everyone is such a like Toni was saying, I'm an accomplished actor. So I feel like I also learned a lot. It was just wonderful for me. I just loved it. I wish I could go back.
Next up to talk about all the chaos that ensues is Rosemarie DeWitt and David Duchovny. I have 3 questions for both of you, but I'll start with Rosemarie. They're both kind of the same questions. Basically, what drew you, Rosemarie, into playing Beatrice? Favorite thing about her? And then what was the funniest thing that happened as you tried to create this family atmosphere in this movie?
What drew me to her, in a word, was Toni Collette, because she called me up and she's like, do you want to go to New Orleans and spend a month with me, like doing this comedy? And then I found out David was going to do it, Ron was going to do it, Anna was doing it from the beginning, Kathleen. So it was a no-brainer all around. And New Orleans was particularly amazing because we were there during Mardi Gras, which sounds like it would be a headache because of traffic, but it wasn't. It just added to the joyous feel of our movie. It was really, really fun. I'm going to pass it to you, David. How about we go back and forth?
Yeah, it was getting the script and seeing that it was kind of, there was profane and politically incorrect and all those things, and being able to be in what was obviously a female-centric comedy and to play like the ridiculous male energy in that I was like, oh yeah, I would like to do that and do it without shame, just do it as sincerely and as wrong-headedly as I can, and I remember doing the first scene I shot, or the second scene, was where I try and, tell my cousin that I want to live with her and have sex with her. And I remember people laughing, and I remember thinking, why are they laughing? Because I'm just thinking like, this is a normal proposition. What's going on here?
I think this is jumping to the third question, but for some reason you jogged my memory, David, when you talked about female centric. I remember like a particularly grueling day was when Anna had to tackle me in the kitchen. And there was something so delicious about Toni, Anna, and I like crawling through the ground, them like pulling my clothes, like, and Ron and David just standing there like commentating, being so ineffectual. I don't even know what I mean by this, but it was kind of the centerpiece for me of why to do the movie and like what to build the characters around.
But it was also, that was interesting because it was, Anna and Rosemarie were doing this scene that was getting more and more violent, and they were like, and I think Ron and I were like, we should have stunned people, and you two were like, no, we're just going to tackle each other and stab each other. It's like, oh, okay, all right. You guys give birth to children, so I guess you have no pain or something. Like,
that isn't quite the story, but I like it. Let's leave that. Let's not be the story.
And then, just what are your favorite things about your characters?
My favorite things about Dick are.
No,
I'm kidding. I know, but I do. I love his character so much, and I love how simplistic in some way he played it so that it seems very complicated. My favorite thing about Beatrice is just that there's no substance there. Like there was a great, there was no arc. Usually you look and you go, where do you start and how are you changed by the end of this story? And she's not changed at all. And in some ways that was really liberating because I didn't have to chart a journey because she doesn't change.
Well, I guess that's the point of comedy is that people don't change. And I guess drama is about people changing. If I want to be generalizing and make a big statement and say something that has absolutely no truth to it. But let's say this. For me, it was really just the shamelessness of the guy and the certainty of him. It's really fun to play people that are sure of what they think. And again, related to what Rosie just said, is like she doesn't change. Richard he doesn't hear anything. He's not capable of changing. It's there. Nothing gets through to him. And that's, I guess we all have that within ourselves in life a little bit, but it's fun to make that your defining characteristic.
Hope you guys enjoyed listening to the cast of The Estate talk about this new hilarious movie. The film will be released worldwide on November 4th, so make sure you head to the theater to check it out. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're updated on all of our latest podcasts, and head over to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe so you're updated on all of our video content.